Hey, happy Friday, everybody. As I film this, it is January 1, 2025. Woof! Hard to believe. And it's my tradition on the first day of the year to really count my blessings. Anybody who follows me or knows me knows my foundation for my life and my attitude is gratitude. And that's what gets me through. Tough times, good times, everything. I mean, it is the center of my being. And interestingly enough, I've kind of come up with a thing I've just been thinking about, and that is the difference between being lucky and being blessed. And we throw around, I got lucky, I'm blessed. We throw them around pretty interchangeable, but I submit to you, there's a difference. And I should probably look up definitions, but I'm not gonna, because that could destroy the whole point of my video and what I want to talk about. So what I want to get at is, okay, to me, lucky is when something that had potential to go horribly wrong, like so many things I did in my teens and 20s, they could have gotten me killed, gotten someone I cared about killed, maybe somebody I didn't even know killed, you know? Let's think about young man driving around. Could have landed me in jail, could have set me down a path of addiction, some terrible something, you know? I mean, yeah, choices were involved in there, but in our teens and 20s, we make some pretty stupid choices without thinking much. At least I know I did. And in those cases where things didn't go horribly wrong, and I didn't end up maimed, and my friends didn't end up maimed or damaged, that to me was lucky. So where I see luck is very random and it's just the luck of the draw, I see blessings as opportunities that come our way. And I actually feel like, you know, there are a lot of opportunities to just come up and slap us in the face, just like fate, you know, and that's amazing. But I think if we aren't paying attention, we don't even notice the myriad of opportunities that are presented to us all the time. All the time. I think there are opportunities that come along every day that I know I miss. Later I'll realize, oh my God, that was a real opportunity and I didn't take it. I think opportunities are kind of the root of blessings. So yeah, if opportunities are the root of blessings, like I'm kind of proposing, then there's very few that are just a given. Let's say you had amazing parents. That's a blessing that is, oh man, you know, I didn't have the greatest childhood. I do have friends who had amazing childhoods. And it was a huge blessing. It was a huge step up. It opened up opportunities that are just undeniably great. But beyond that, once you're an adult, once you're master of your, you know, life and choices and everything, opportunities that come along that you don't take advantage of, man, you miss out so much, you know? And you've got to, when you see an opportunity, even if you're nervous, take it. Not be afraid of it, you know, because that opportunity is fleeting. And you hear stories from people who've made it big in whatever is important to them, whatever they're after. There's oftentimes one or two key opportunities that came along that just made it everything, and gave them their opportunity, their real start. So those opportunities, as you take them, it creates a blessing, creates a wonderful outcome, you know. And it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you fall on your face with an opportunity, but you learn, and learning is the blessing. It really is. Yeah, so if you've made it into adulthood, and, you know, certainly as far as I am, where I am, almost 60, and you're intact and healthy and have generally a life and a lifestyle that you love, oh baby, you're super blessed, but you've also taken advantage of a lot of amazing opportunities along the way. And I can definitely lay claim to that. So something that I experience virtually on the daily, walking through my life and walking the paths that I walk, is making eye contact, even if it's the briefest of contact, sometimes speaking to people who are destitute on the streets. And every time I do, and I see that human being, I feel that human being in there, even if they have, a terrible mental illness thing going on, even if they're sick with an addiction, I see that soul in there. Lost souls. So many of them are just so lost and helpless. And it always gets me. It always makes me think about how unbelievably lucky I've been. And I swear to any of you, I don't know, I certainly don't know any men who could reflect back on their teens and 20s, even into their 30s, and not come up with a couple scenarios where if they hadn't been as lucky as they were, their life would be 100% different than what it is right now. 100%. I know that's true for me. So when you see some raggedy street person struggling to cross the street with some stolen grocery cart full of everything they possess, everything they own, that they on the daily are trying to not have stolen or taken or who knows what. We can't even imagine because we haven't lived that life. The last thing you should feel in your heart is irritated or judgmental toward that person. Because I'm telling you, under certain circumstances, you think back, it could be you. That could be you on the street. That could be your child on the street living like that. Because there ain't no perfect parents out there. I've made mistakes as a parent. They could have set my kids on a terrible course. I'm just so grateful for, how it's all going with my children. But those are all kids. They're all people's kids. And in most cases, they didn't get love. They didn't get any kind of security growing up. They had no luck. They had nothing foundationally good to start with in most of those cases. So if you ever find yourself pissed off with or judgy about people on the street, I'd like you to think about that. It could have been you. Still could under the right circumstances. I mean, financial security, job security. Something could happen tomorrow that took it all away from you in a blink of an eye. So if you're blessed and you've been lucky, you damn well better appreciate it and look on those who have not been blessed and lucky with some heart and with some tenderness. I would challenge you to imagine what it would take right now to completely tip your world over. What would you do if somehow you lost everything in the blink of an eye? Just try to, for a moment, imagine what that would feel like and how helpless and vulnerable you would be. I mean, what if for some reason friends wouldn't take you in? Family wouldn't take you in? Like if every bridge you've ever built just burned. And I'm not saying these folks don't have personal responsibility for their choices. They do. All I'm saying is, count yourself blessed, count yourself lucky, and don't let your energy go towards judging people. Let your energy go towards imagining their circumstances, even just for that moment, and being grateful for yours, and let your heart soften a bit. And I say all this because if there's one thing this world needs a lot less of, it's hard hearts. Judging, critical, hard hearts that think they know how it should be across the board. So that's bullshit. I'm not saying there isn't right and wrong. There is right and wrong. But you don't know unless you've walked in someone's shoes. What's right, what's wrong for them. You don't know jack. There's only one person on earth that you know what's going on with, and that's yourself. So check yourself. Don't worry about them. Don't judge them. If you're feeling real judgy, you need to be checking yourself. Judge yourself. Yeah, because truth is, you're the only one you're qualified to judge. You're the only one you should be judging. It doesn't mean rip yourself to shreds. It means be aware of yourself. Know the truth of yourself. And, focus on that and expanding the good inside you, not the critical nature. That doesn't do anything good. So yeah, when I say judge yourself, I'm a little defensive because judging is so destructive. And the crazy thing is you're the one that destroys the most. You're the one that hurts most when you're that way. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anybody. If we could all do a whole hell of a lot less judging in this life, a lot more loving and blessing and creating opportunities, think what this world would be like, man. And it could happen if people will just reach deep inside themselves and find and edify and build on their good qualities, their talents, their passions. Not be judging others, not be jealous of others. Just do what's in your heart and open your heart. Doesn't mean you go make dangerous interactions happen and stuff. But if your energy is not judging, if your energy is warm and considerate and merciful, that will make for a better world all around you. And you'll be healthier too. So that's what I've got for you on day 1 of 2025. Know how blessed and lucky you are. Root yourself in gratitude for all those things. And don't worry about what anybody else is doing. You don't need to judge them. Just live your life and do good. And focus on the good. So there you go. That's what I got. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you to everybody who follows along. And there will be a lot more travel with me in 2025. Finally going to have the resources a little bit more to actually travel. So you'll be seeing more road videos coming up this year. And thanks again for subscribing and following. And I love hearing from you guys. So keep it up. I will too.